Non, 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 il était africain. C'était l'Africain.
Capacity fleet growth will become a bottleneck. Skills development is as important. Thank you, Daniel, for support.
How an effective MRO service is important to the development, to the growth, to the success of an airline. I have worked a lot in Ethiopian MRO division to develop its capabilities, its capacity, and I was involved in many investments because I knew how important the MRO function is for the success of Ethiopian Airlines. And we have proved that it is one of the key anchors for the growth and success of Ethiopian Airlines. I have always believed that the gap created in Africa in terms of MRO services. We have small airlines, small, medium airlines in Africa, but the MRO function is a very, very weakness of the industry in Africa. Still, many airlines send their aircraft to Europe or Middle East, and they don't get them back. I know an airline in Africa that invested a lot of money to buy airplanes, to fly, but when the engines are due for replacement, they couldn't get support even to replace the engines. This demonstrates how a strong MRO service is needed for Africa. But to develop MRO facilities in Africa, as I mentioned yesterday, it needs big investment. And we African airlines, we are small, we cannot afford to do that. First, investment. Second, knowledge. So we need to work together. We need to collaborate. If we collaborate, if we work together, I can tell you we can bring miracle. And Africa has a lot of young people who can be trained to work in our own MRO facilities. Labor cost in Europe is very expensive. In North America, expensive. Even Middle East, more expensive than the labor cost we have in Africa. So it is not only to serve African airlines. If we partner with manufacturers, major MROs, we can bring business to Africa to provide more cost-effective MRO services into Africa. So my call to manufacturers, to global MRO companies, let's work together here to develop MRO services for benefit of African airlines and other airlines around the world. I am a great advocate of cooperation, and I can assure you that Ethiopian Airlines has a sincere interest and ambition to establish additional MRO services in West Africa, Central Africa, and southern part of Africa. Let's work together. That is the key message I have today. And once again, thank you very much for your participation in this first initiative taken by AFRA. I hope you enjoyed your stay here. You learned some lessons from the panel discussions and presentations here. And we will see you next year for a similar event somewhere in Africa. We don't say it has to be here every year, but wherever it is, wherever AFRA decides to make it, Ethiopian Airlines will continue to actively participate in this event. Thank you so much.
Thank you again, Mr. Messi, for your support.
Ethiopian Airlines has a well-developed MRO facility and capabilities. These capabilities can support the maintenance requirement of Ethiopian Airlines fleet. We have capabilities in airframe maintenance, engine maintenance, component maintenance, and we are self-sufficient, particularly on airframe maintenance. It has helped us to provide effective, cost-effective maintenance for our fleet. This facility is also being used by other airlines in Africa and Middle East, generating foreign currency for the company and the country. We have the largest MRO facility in Africa, and we wanted to continue investing on it, to expand it so that it can give service to more African airlines. Yeah, our plan is to establish additional MRO facilities at selected locations within Africa. One in West Africa, one in Central Africa, and a third one in southern part of Africa. These MRO facilities will be developed in partnership with other airlines and other entities. Well, it has been almost a month since the conflict in Gulf and Middle East started. Still the conflict is going on. It is affecting the aviation industry heavily, and particularly airlines that operate in the region. The first impact is a shortage of fuel for airplanes. The second impact is in high cost of fuel, of jet fuel. And the third is loss of passengers that used to fly to the region. So in these three ways, the aviation industry is being affected by the conflict, and we hope things will improve and come to normal in the very near future.
So what are the strategies you put in place to mitigate this challenge?
Well, we put a lot of strategies. Number one, the first strategy is to ensure that fuel supply has continued so that we continue the operation. We are working with Ethiopian government on how to have continuity of jet fuel supply. The second one is high fuel cost. It is a global impact, and we cannot do or find a solution by our own individually. So we will find ways of minimizing the high cost of fuel. And the third one is, even though our flights to the Middle East have been suspended, now we are reinforcing our network in the other parts of the world, like Africa, Asia, Europe, and the Americas. We are increasing frequencies, and we are reinforcing our operation into those areas that are not affected by the conflict.
Thank you very much.